Welcome to this demonstration showing how to approve expense report submitted to you as a supervisor, EBO, or task manager. This is just a demonstration, so you will not need to do any clicking or typing. I will do all the work. After a WVU employee creates an expense report, the My Expenses system automatically forwards the report to an approver. Sarah, a WVU supervisor, can approve, reassign, adjust, and return these expense reports. Let's see what she needs to do. The approver can approve from an email or from within My Expenses. We will look at both methods. After an employee creates an expense report, the approver will receive an email with details about the expense report. Details include the amount, the account that will be charged, and the type of expense. We'll first look at what happens when a supervisor accepts the expenses report. You will receive a new email in which you can enter notes above the dotted line that will be part of the expense report. You need to click Send in order to finalize your approval. Then you are done. Now let's look at what the approver sees after clicking Return. You will receive a new email in which you are required to enter a note to the person who created the report explaining how to revise the report. After clicking the Send button, you are done. An approver will need to go into My Expenses in order to adjust anything on the expense report, or to reassign the expense report. At any time, the approver can click this link to log into My Expenses. Now we'll look at how to approve from within My Expenses. To get started, go to myaccess.wvu.edu. After logging in, click the My Tools tab. Then choose My Expenses. This movie will show you how to approve, reassign, adjust, and return an expense report. Click the Approve button to see all steps. Click one of the other buttons to jump directly to that topic. We are now in My Expenses. When a supervisor logs in, the system displays a notice of any expense reports that have been submitted to the supervisor. Notice that 3 expense reports have been submitted to the supervisor. To view these reports, click the words Expense Reports. The 3 reports needing to be approved are listed here. If you have numerous reports and want to organize them, you can click the hamburger to view different ways to sort. Now click the first expense report in the list for the mileage for conference in Pittsburgh. The details of the conference open. The total amount is shown. We can scroll down to view additional details. The account summary shows the general ledger or project account that will be charged for this expense. A map is attached showing the route that the employee took while traveling. Both the account and the map are based on information entered by the creator of the report. Click the map to view the route. The map opens. Click the X in the upper right corner of the map to close the map. Notice that we can also open a PDF to view the details of this expense in various ways. To approve this expense, click the green Approve button in the upper right corner. Click Approve again. The system shows a message that the report has been successfully approved. This message will go away on its own. Before we move on, let's also see how we could have reassigned this expense report to another employee. If another employee has requested to see all expense reports within a unit, we can click the 3 dots in the upper right corner. That brings up a screen on which we can click Reassign. After entering the name of the employee who should approve this, adding a note, and then clicking Reassign again, the report will be moved to the other employee's list of approvals needed. The system now shows details for the next expense report, one which we will adjust to correct a mistake. This report is for $340 for dues in a professional organization. We can scroll down to view additional information. We can see the account paying for the expense. We can also see the attached receipt for the dues. Click the attachment. We can see that this receipt is for $34, so there is a discrepancy between the amount on the receipt and the amount on the expense report. Click the X in the upper right corner to exit the attachment. You can either return this to the preparer to change, or change it yourself. We will change this now. Click the Open button. We can see the line, the only line in the expense report. Click this line. To make a change, click the Adjust button. We need to change the amount in the Approve field. Type $34. You are required to enter a reason for adjusting the expense report. Now click Save in the upper right corner. Click Submit in the lower right corner of the left pane. Click Submit in the upper right corner. The system displays the brief message verifying the report has been successfully submitted. The screen now displays the final expense report. We will return this report to the employee who created it, either the employee whose name is on the report, or the delegate. This report is to reimburse a job candidate who traveled to Morgantown from Colorado for a job interview. We can see the total amount is $450. Scroll to view additional information. We can see that the account that will be charged the expense. The line item is incorrect, but let's check to see if everything else is in order. Click the attachment on the left. This is the email from the job candidate verifying his address. This is necessary to make sure the check will be sent to the correct address. Click the X in the upper right corner. Click the next attachment. This is the receipt for the candidate's airfare. Click the X in the upper right corner of the attachment. The line item was the only item incorrect in this report. As the approver, we could adjust this, but in this example, let's return it to Emily for her to correct. Click the Return button in the upper right corner. A return comment is required. Enter instructions for Emily in the required return comment field. She will be able to see these comments when she logs into My Expenses. Now click Return. A brief message is displayed verifying that the report has been returned. This concludes this video. Thank you for watching.